call me when you down and out. When the cops come and surround the house. Crash on niggas going down, I'm out.
We good?
Please make it
Alright,
on
I'm gonna start fading this out.
Please make it on sight. Please make it on sight. Make it on sight.
Hello guys, how are you? We are here, this is the Logic Based Collective. I am KJ. We have one of the AJs behind the screen on the other side that you can't see. You. And last but not least, we have Shaw.
Hi.
As you can see, we do not have a full house per usual, which is cool. Shout out to all the gentlemen. Shout out to T.O., shout out to Ryan, shout out to our illustrious leader. He is still recovering from his surgery. So we are keeping him in prayer, of course, you know, as I would say on the faith-based side, everyone keep him in your prayers.
Absolutely. We're praying.
And since my manners were terrible the first time around with the intros, we'll go ladies first this time. How was your week?
Okay, so I had a good week. I had a very extensive weekend. We had a women's conference at my church.
How'd that go?
It went extremely well. I mean, from my perspective, we had some very just outstanding, phenomenal women who were in the house. Period. But then we had just these dynamic speakers. I can't even really delve into the level of power that they possessed, but they really brought it and they touched a lot of lives. I can definitely say that. It's just a transformative weekend for everybody. A lot of great conversation. Even for myself, just a lot of growing and just epiphanies and just all that stuff that you would kind of expect from that type of environment. I know I got a lot from it. I'm praying that the women that were there were able to have that same type of experience. It was phenomenal. I can't wait to do it again next year.
That's what's up.
I'm definitely gonna go full force on making sure I get whoever I can become next year. I don't think I put enough emphasis this year, but I definitely believe that everybody should be in the house next year. It was just really, it was that good. It was that good. So, and I'm tired now.
Sometimes you need proof of concept too.
Right.
Sometimes you do need to know that it's actually, going the way you see it going, to know that you can speak confidently when you're selling the item.
I feel you. I definitely feel you on that.
I mean, even though you don't want to sound
right, I don't sound like I'm selling
religion, but it is marketing though. You are promoting a product,
right.
And it's easier to stand by something that you can actually know and confidently.
True, but I made sure to I put the live feeds on my Facebook. I'm like, if y'all don't believe me, go back to my page and check it out because it was really that good. So
that's what's up.
How about you? How was your week?
I was gonna let him go.
Well, okay.
I'll go. I guess. I mean, I don't have a big answer.
What?
I mean,
Would you work?
Work per usual.
Per usual.
Work was great. I spent some time with my lady. That's always great. She's my escape from this terrible, trying world. You know what I mean?
I do love that for you.
When we get that when you get that time, because life is really busy. And I mean, the more and more things that you care about, the more and more you realize how much time management is important.
Yes, absolutely.
And trying to make sure that we make time for us while making time for all the people that we find ourselves being important to, while simultaneously being so important to one another is a lot,
Yeah.
So it's always good to just get time, even if it's just this is time where we're just gonna relax. That's good. You know what I mean? You don't even have to have, date nights are amazing. But, so, I always say, one of my prerequisites for relationships is, I could probably go on vacations with enemies, because there's enough entertainment. But, can I enjoy doing nothing with you?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Solid. Yeah.
Like, it's like, yo, some people just, like, hate who they live with, and that's crazy.
Yeah, that.
But there you go, that's who you pick.
Right. Jeez.
I've been on that side too, so it's whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's cool. Pardon me. But your turn, Andy.
I'm here. I mean, I had a good time last week, as stated, was the I don't remember what the Royal Heritage.
Royal Heritage, yeah.
It was the Royal Heritage Conference. I did make a couple of nights.
Yeah,
Yeah, I came and played. But yeah, no, it was definitely very amazing. It was a good time. It was a high time, Lord.
Yes.
It was one of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those good shouts.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some good church, some good prayer. So it was definitely a great time. Aside from that, I'm doing good. I got a new job. Start on.
Oh.
You got a new job?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate you. So yeah, I got a new job, better pay,
Nice.
better pizza, better sauce, Papa John's. But now I'm doing some more IT work. So it was a blessing for me. And
Yeah.
it was basically like right outside. So like I quit one job and then got hired 2 days after.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
That is.
Yeah. So God's good.
Yes,
Love
it
it.
is.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we are discussing books,
Let's elaborate more on that.
Pages.
Like,
covers, forwards. But the metaphoric books of life, like, you know, they always say, like, some people judge books by cover, some don't. So we're asking, is it wrong to judge a book by its cover?
It's a loaded. I mean, it's so.
It is.
It is a loaded question. I
It
mean,
seems so simple on
it
the surface.
does.
That's the beauty part.
Right. So like, the simple answer is like, no, you shouldn't. Right? Like, should you? No, you shouldn't. I mean, not everything is as it seems. Not everyone is as they appear. So you know, you would want to give people the same benefit of the doubt that you would want for yourself, right?
Okay, yep.
So I mean, in theory, right? Like
But
it's wrong.
you're about to say something crazy.
But nah, because like when the question was posed, I was like, yeah, that it feels simple, but like society and culture, you know, the way it's presented is perception is reality, right?
Okay.
And I've always felt a way about that. And I mean, I have. I won't go there this early, but
Amen.
I felt a way about that concept because I felt like that was a very white man statement.
Oh, okay.
Does that make okay?
How so? Nah, you gotta go. Like, we gotta hear it. It's
Okay,
cool.
because I just feel like, you know, perception being reality is like, all right, fake it till you make it type
Okay,
of a
true.
thing.
Not big on that.
And just from my own experience, that is like mediocre white men.
Ooh, okay.
That is their thing.
Can I interject?
Just go ahead.
I'll save you a bit. Now, I think that to counter some of what you're saying,
Okay.
the funny thing is, I believe that you said a very key thing about your experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all prejudice and judging books by their cover comes from people's experience.
True.
And the crazy thing about that is, if we're on the wrong side of, say, you know, you lightly touched upon a race issue, like, you know, if we're on the wrong side of, like, cops, what is that word called? I forgot. The word is escaping me. When they're actually, oh man, it's the word when they are
harassing.
No, not harassing. Before that, like, it's not prejudice.
Oh,
but
stereotypical. Are you talking about?
No.
It's not.
I cannot.
I know what you're.
I know the word. I'm so mad at that I'm not saying this because, like, I pride myself.
Profiling.
Yes.
Yes, that's the word.
Yes.
I could not come up with it. But yes, like, when you're speaking about police profiling like that, like, don't get me wrong, there is some proof, but the proof is, like, it's weird because the bias lends on itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like, oh, like, you know, black men in hoodies get labeled for this all the time. It's like, but you're doing the labeling and you're the person reporting those facts.
Right.
But
Right.
it's weird because if I'm walking down the street
Mhm.
and I see someone in a dark colored hoodie zipped up to the point that it looks like a mask,
Right.
I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
I was gonna go there, but yeah.
So it's kind of hard. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it's kind of tough to judge.
Let me lock my door.
You see, exactly. You
But I'm a
start-
woman, so like I do, like, you know.
I'm a man and I still want to
Listen.
protect myself as far as in a preventative way.
I got it.
There was
before
a
it's
comedian that said,
confrontational.
when I see young dudes go across the street, walking towards me, I cross the street.
Exactly. and that theory is kind of like it's that gray area between like, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. Like it's like I don't know if like it's better safe than sorry.
I don't do it based on race though. I do it based on
But see, that's great. Because I was about to say, I would do that based on the article of clothing.
that.
Like, so if I seen, like I said, the fashion in which I described the
Okay.
hoodie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really zipped up, completely face covered. Like, if I seen that from anyone, I'd probably, like, just move away on this strength. This might be a sketchy altercation.
Okay,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to bump shoulders with you.
right.
Just in case this goes the wrong way. So
No,
it's like,
okay.
if I walk that way and you follow me that way, okay, now I know we about to do something. So it's good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little different.
Yeah. Huh. You know, now, and I'm thinking about it now because of where I work. Man, there's a certain look for everything, and I hate to say it though, but it is.
But you spoke on your experience, and your job is
Right.
a integral
Right.
part of your experience, so that's
Yeah.
real.
So like they really be looking at your crime. I'm not gonna lie, they
Okay.
do.
So
They
you
look
can
like
see
they're-
like
I
the
can-
robbery population.
I can, yes. And you know what? And I'm now thinking about it. I was like, is it the discerner in me? Like I don't know.
Could be.
But-
Yo, you're killing right now. You're killing because you're saying like all your words are going into like when we decided earlier that this was gonna be the topic.
Yeah.
The words that came to my head.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
really?
Discernment came to my head.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, like are you wrong to use your discernment?
Right.
But then think about it like this. You have a type, no disrespect to like related to dating, right?
No.
But no, you don't have a type?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So she's acting like she doesn't have a type. So I'll say it.
I don't.
If no,
Okay.
if, I'm taking it off you because you don't have a type.
Okay.
So say a person had a type and like then they get out of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then the things that they naturally gravitate to going forward
Mm-hmm.
also now trigger you to think, oh man, maybe you're like so and so
Oh, right.
who disappointed me.
True.
Like now, are you wrong to judge that book by that cover and play prevent defense and save yourself from that?
Yeah.
Or should you like do more research to see, oh no, that's just like that's something I like, and because I like that doesn't mean that you're completely like so and so.
Right. But that is precisely why I don't have a type, because I've again from experience, I've learned that no, not everybody is the same, especially when it comes to who you're dating. I mean, yeah, nothing really. That's so hard. But okay, if we're just speaking about that portion of things, like the type thing, I'm judging books by the covers that are presented to an extent, but I'm not, you know what I mean. But I'm not going to limit the, you know, like I want to know more. So we're gonna open the book a little bit. Let's read the index. Let's, you know what I mean. Like let's find a little bit more.
Like this is
so I'm
the
not gonna
genre I
write you-
like.
Yeah.
But let me
there
make
you
sure I really
go.
like the
Yes,
story.
Exactly.
Like so if we're in the Barnes and Noble of life,
Mm-hmm.
like this is the genre, so I'm in the right aisle. I
Right.
just don't know if I particularly like this story.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Cover looks straight. Like, find out what this is about. Just, you know, looked at the back. Okay.
Mm. That's crazy.
Like, let's
Yeah.
see what that forward is about. But,
Yo,
but
stop.
back.
I mean, all the analogies are there. You got it. Okay.
But yeah,
your
but
turn, Andrew. Go ahead, bro. Say
Oh, I'm
it.
in there. Alright, so
Since you are the creator of said question.
I mean, so like, because I think it's an interesting question, because
It
like,
is.
the fact of the matter is, I do. As much as I would love to say I do, but I don't go 100% with it. So like, as Siobhan was saying, like I read the back, I read the index, I try to figure out the table of contents, like because I know what the cover says, but that's not the whole story. Like how many books have we read where we've seen the cover and we're like, oh, I never thought that was in there. Like case in point, The Life of Pi, like it's a great book. However, the story of the book, the cover is just like a water and a tiger and a boat. Like nothing makes sense. You'll never know that this is a good book if you just go by the cover.
Right.
Like because like nothing makes sense. Like you could read the synopsis on the back that basically gives you a summary, lets you know stuff like that. However, like to know the journey, to know the things that he went through, to understand who Pi Patel is, you have to read the book. So what I would say is I take it with a grain of salt. Like I do look at the cover and I do keep that in my back pocket, and then I look out for common terms, or if we were talking about math, like I'm trying to make this make sense to what I know.
Yeah.
However, I also don't want to jump to a conclusion that the person that was rocking a hoodie all the way zipped up is trying to rob me, because like, all right, maybe it's cold outside. Is it winter? Like the context makes sense. Is it all right? They're homeless and they don't like. They're trying to hold all their stuff, so they put a bunch of stuff in their jacket and then zipped it up so they don't have to hold it. Like there's little things that like I can do it, and on the top of that, the other side of it is, what if they need help? Like what if my perception is stopping me from helping them because I'm fearful of what they may or may not be. Like, but at the same time, I could go with the Muhammad Ali approach, which was, if there's a group of snakes rushing down an auditorium towards you, and some of them don't want to kill you, but others do. What do? You just get up out of there, or
That's the tough part.
Right.
I think that's the juggling act of life, honestly, bro. And did you have more? My fault.
There's some comments, but I think they just preaching, and I'm okay with that. Preaching's cool.
But it's funny because you touched upon the like a work dynamic, and it kind of led to a racial thing. And then I said something about a hoodie. Then I actually have this like racial story about the hoodie. So we were told at my job that past parent of a past client, the mom was uncomfortable because we wore hoodies at work, and it made her think that we appeared like thugs. And the woman that went into the office that said that had on a hoodie. So it made her uncomfortable that we all elected to wear the same weather appropriate clothing as her. But my hoodie wasn't pink, so I understand.
Okay, but it's a hoodie nonetheless, right? Yeah.
But I mean, once again, when it comes to judging books by the cover, the reason I told that as a quick aside is it relates to the part where you said something about your experience.
Right.
Now, my experience as the man I am, I think it makes it so that I automatically feel like it's wrong to judge a book by the cover.
Right.
And that's because, I mean, just being a bigger guy, like there's this natural awkward intimidation. Then like being a guy that's like, I'd say, but a Springfield kid, so I'm like raised very straight faced. Like I don't instantly laugh and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like I come across way more rude than like I'm very sarcastic. So it's like I got a lot of things that probably, I mean, as a defense mechanism, I'm not knocking it, but it keeps people away.
Gotcha.
And when it comes to that, if I have a lot of things that keep people away, there's a lot of people that could possibly write me off and don't get to know that I'm like a decent human being or like I'm way nicer than I would come off at first. And that's dangerous to me because it's like, you could be a solid person and like if everyone's judging the book by the cover, they never really experience the context of you, for lack of better words.
Gotcha. I'm just thinking, because like as you were saying that and like, you know, talking about your work environment, just because of who I am, Black female, you know the preconceived notions.
Angry? I got you.
aggressive,
Mhm.
the attitude thing, and I think I spoke on
Yeah, it's
a
tough.
few episodes ago.
It's tough
There was
because
a
you
comment
can't-
made at work.
Instead of
regarding
you
that.
being instead of you being looked at as assertive, you'd be looked at as aggressive.
Right, so
That's
I am the only black female at my job, in my work area, my department. And there's two other females, they're both white. And one of them is a supervisor, and the other one is, my counterpart. And this young lady's just loud. I don't even wanna say for no reason, like, it is her personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that I am who I am and that I don't necessarily judge the fact that she's so freaking loud. She's just loud. She to the point where she could be considered obnoxious, and people do consider her obnoxious.
Oh wow.
And I even defend that statement because I'm like, yo, she's actually a decent human being when she calms down. But I'm also I know why she is the way she is.
Gotcha.
Again, it's a gift and a curse to be able to see those things and whatever. So again, I had said a few weeks ago that I had another supervisor when we were trying to have a conversation. He cut me off and was like, "Oh, tell me the story without an attitude." And I wanted to be like, "Yo, first of all, that's not even my character. Like, that's not even me."
Mm-hmm.
But to every day be at work and see this young lady present herself the way that she does, and not one person bats an eye. Exactly. And for it to be okay, like, oh, she's just being her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Very unfair.
I don't like that. And I've
Very
had, because I work at a jail, I've had inmates even approach me and be like, yo, Miss Wilson, yikes, like, I saw this, I saw that, like, why won't she stop talking? Like,
wow.
you know what I mean? Like, cause it's, like, her personality is just that, and I feel like even the viewers here can tell that I am not a loud person,
No.
but the perception, solely because I am a black woman, is that I am loud and have an attitude.
Yeah.
And that is a very blanket thing that I've had to deal with over the last 10 years. If the people who have gotten to know me, they know that is not it, but they still lean in that direction when it's convenient.
I mean, I think the part that's tough, and I'm not speaking for women, especially not, but I just think that's very that's so unfortunate when you're saying that the inmates can see the mistreatment, and like people are automatically just like attributing these things to you. Like that's mad unfair.
It is unfair, and so I mean, just from being, people, black men and women, you being the black male, we know what the perceptions are, the generalized perceptions are for you guys, and for the most part, for black women as well. It's like, how do we deal? Like, I mean, we deal with it with boys because we're not locked up, we're not in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, we're here. But like, I think there's just such a level of unbalance that we even have to know how to deal with those things, deal with them, and like rise above.
So I mean, now that we've like shifted into like the code switching and perception type of angle on the judging a book by its cover, and we're actually here with the person that's entering a new job.
Yeah.
Are you worried about that? Going into your new job?
Not necessarily. So, I'm a firm believer of people are going to. There's some people that are gonna believe the hype, so they're gonna believe whatever the rumor is. They're gonna believe whatever people tell them, and there's other people that are gonna actually take the time to get to know you. So what I want to do is I basically want to. I want to prove it wrong. So I've heard as a young child, the best revenge is proving somebody wrong. So like not to fight it, not to kind of get people on my side kind of thing, but more so of prove that I can do X, Y, and Z. So going into a new job, they don't know me. They don't know my work ethic. They don't know how if I'm good at the job. They don't know if I'm bad at the job. They don't know if I'm a nice person, a cool person, a jerk. They don't know. They don't know me. So it's gonna be perception. I can kind of cheat the system because my mom also works there. However, I don't want them to know me as my mother's son. I want them
Of course
to know
not.
me
Carve your own
as
lane
me.
out.
Yeah.
Get your-
Correct.
For sure.
And just to give them peace of mind, because I don't want them, because I also know, like, all right, so if you ever played sports as a kid, if your dad was the coach,
Yeah.
then it's like, all right, so-and-so is not really that nice. His dad's just the coach.
Right.
That's how he got on the team.
Yeah, and I mean, for us, now that we're here, like, for us, nepotism is not necessarily praised.
Right. So, like,
Even though I'm all for it.
oh, nah, but that's just the truth of the matter. Like, nepotism is not praised for black people.
At all.
Like, billionaires can give their companies to their children all the time.
Right.
Kings give their children.
That's the way that it should be.
Correct.
Unless it's us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is the sad, unfortunate part.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to be able to say is, I want to be able to say that I took the opportunity and I capitalized.
That's what's up.
I want to be able to say, yeah, I came in as my mother's son, but now they know me, they're comfortable with me. I've been promoted now, because now it's not, oh, I'm being promoted because I'm my mother's son, but I'm being
Exactly.
promoted because of the work that I've done,
Right.
because of the things that I've put in. And I think that's the struggle, especially, I can even go spiritually as a pastor's kid. Like, you go into pastor's kids, you're like, oh yeah, well they're doing these things because they're the pastor's kids. However, they don't see the amount of time that you put in, the hours that you're there with your parents, or the things that you do at home.
That's a fact.
So like that's what I like to do. So I'm not really fearful of it. I kind of like it for me because I like a challenge. So I'm like, oh, y'all don't like me? All right.
I'm gonna show you.
Right. We gonna be best friends by the end of the week.
Like that. No, that's real.
Yeah. And that's hard.
Didn't you want to say anything that y'all wanted to highlight in the comments or no?
AJ said
No.
she, as in Siobhan, clearly has said she likes tall people though, judging books by their height.
Oh man. I mean, well,
That was.
books come in different sizes. But
They
yeah.
do. And
She likes the
textures.
taller books. Alright. So,
Okay.
no, I mean, I personally believe when it comes to the whole theory, like, we love to, this comes back to one of our frequent off-camera combos about challenging cliches.
Yes.
And, like, you want to teach people all these, like, tough moral stance, like, positions to take in life, where it's like, no, never judge a book by its cover, and the golden rule, and all these amazing things that you're probably telling your daughter at this point in life, because you're trying to give her, like, these, like, pathways to be, like, this, like, well-rounded, morally sound person, when it's like, oftentimes you are going to just be like, yo, I can see off rip, that's a bad look. And that is judging a book by its cover.
Yeah. No, I mean yes and no, because again, like I'm trying to get her to a point where it's like, okay, I think I'm gonna touch on an AJ thing, but like I want her to be able to see the fruit that is beared by the people that she's around. You know what I mean? Because it's extreme, and I'm learning that it is true. Like, you can see this tree and assume that it is one thing, and you won't know until it starts bearing fruit. You really won't know.
Okay.
Especially if you're not knowledgeable. I don't know what an oak tree is. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know what certain fruit trees look like, but
For sure.
until that fruit starts to be produced,
Got you.
you know, you won't know. And that is that is really what I'm trying to like instill in my daughter. Like, you know, she still doesn't really, she's just now learning about color,
Okay.
and understanding like mixed race and like those things. She doesn't care, but like, because it's being presented to her, now explanations are having to come forth. even, you know, about like two mom things, like that's
Okay.
a whole other
Ooh.
thing, but like,
How's
you
your
know,
daughter?
huh? She's 7,
Yeah, it's just.
but like,
Oh.
you know, she got,
Oh,
She
she's
got-
in school.
she's in
well, she
school
was
and
in
she
school,
has
yeah.
classmates.
Of
She has a
course.
classmate that has 2 moms. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, just the explaining of that, because it's like, well, I have one, and I got a half a dad. So it's like,
Yo.
She said I got half.
Side
Oh
punch.
no.
I said it, okay.
Mm.
Okay,
Still water. Smart water, ladies and
but
gentlemen.
no, it's,
Quick transition.
but not not wanting her to think that people are bad because of specific things.
Mhm,
So
sure.
like, this is the reason why someone should be deemed, like, you know, how did they make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
What, you know,
Gotcha.
oh, these are those things that I'm trying to get her to look at and understand. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not your friend if they're doing this, that, or whatever, or
Right.
saying these things, or if you feel this way when you're with them, or whatever. And again, that is where I'm at in my journey,
Right.
personally, because like, one thing with me is like, I've been transitioning, not like that.
Hey, yo.
My life, like in my life journey, I've been, like, really been shifting and pivoting and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like, I'm not necessarily who I was even a year ago, but the people who know me from a year ago would assume otherwise, you know what I mean? Because they're
Gotcha.
not around or whatever. And it's like, I don't want to continue to be perceived as who I once was.
Right.
But it's like, how do you offer someone, like, I want people to offer me that grace where it's, you know, like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a transition happening, and, you know, I'm kind of like in the middle of it.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, she's not who she was, and I don't know where she's at right now, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I want it
who
to be
think
okay.
that? You
No,
want
this
people
is like
from-
people in general. I guess
Okay.
the people who probably knew me then. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to not judge me on who I was then. Like, again, that what fruit am I bearing at the moment?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So that's been, I don't want to say it's been difficult, but it's like I've been like trying to pay attention to that just a little bit. Like, you're still talking to me about things that happened 5-10 years ago or whatever, and that's our connecting thing. But
Right.
I am not that, or I am, you know,
That's tough.
those things are not what drive me anymore or whatever. And it's like, all right, I want to be able to offer that same perspective to the people that I'm around, be it like wherever they are in their lives, in their journey, to be able to give them the grace or give them that benefit of the doubt of like, you know what, I don't know where they're at in life right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to assume that they are the same person they were
Right.
those years ago or when we first connected or whatever.
I think what sucks about that is like, that's a weird conversation opener, but almost seems like it should be somewhat necessary. Because if you just bump into somebody, you're like, oh man, like, yo, we used to always kick it at the bar. Like, yo, man, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, yo, you want to catch your brother on all times and like catch the game at the bar? You're like, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, but then it's like, am I supposed to like say, hey, do you still go to the bar?
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah. But also it's like, you know, again, bearing the fruit, like, what, like, how are you actively living your life to be able to, like, again, I don't think you should necessarily want to, show, like, or, you know, give people what they, how do I say this? You shouldn't be living for anybody else, like,
Okay.
to have people look at you and think a certain way, or want to have people perceive you as in any particular way. But also, again, like, what are you, like, even on social media, what are you posting? What are you sharing? Like,
okay.
is it fair to be like, yo, I am this person, but everything that you share is
Contrary.
Yeah.
I got you.
Contradicts who you say you are or who you would want people to believe you are. Like, I don't know. It's just,
No, I think there is an importance in your messaging being somewhat consistent, so that that gives way for people that haven't seen the current you versus the former you.
right.
That gives them a little bit of context
Yeah.
if they are in fact social media people.
Right. Just like, when you get your BBLs,
Oh whoa,
maybe you should.
Good.
Let me stop.
we took a turn. So what are you saying about BBLs? I mean, okay. Now, since you brought up BBLs, I guess we'll get to a less formal version of this conversation, and we'll say like, so, if your metabolism would lend you to have a different type of body, and like a guy was like super into fitness, and he was like judging what he's seen. Like, and he's judging a book by its cover. Like, maybe he's thinking like he wants his kid to like not bring like what you actually bring to the table on a gene level.
Yo, don't. Well, then don't ask me out. Like,
But he
it's
doesn't know.
Simple. What don't you know?
What if she doesn't have the exaggerated BBL? Like, what if she has like something that looks more like a natural job?
So, I mean, but like, what do you care though about like reproducing? Like, I don't.
Nah, I mean, some dudes, like, there are dudes, like, all those, like, red pill dudes that be like, oh, like, I need to be fit, my lady needs to be fit, like, I want to have fit kids, da-da-da. Like, and, like, now you're bringing this whole, like, bro, like, I mean, like, me, like, if my child was to be chubby, like, it wouldn't be a shock, like, we'd be like, oh, his dad was chubby.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be, like, some, like, rare occurrence.
Okay.
Like, they'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, but you over here, like, weight fishing. Like you ain't you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you bringing this fake version of you to the dating pool.
Yeah. Nah, but right. So, I mean, but what do you do? Like, what do you,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's okay for women to not be themselves.
Who said that?
Like, it's okay for women to,
Who said that?
it's okay for women to, like, do things in the sake of like how things look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, women wear makeup. That's not, like, you know, Chris Rock did before where he was like, yo, women wear makeup, that's not your real face.
Okay.
He was like women wear bras, that's not really where your stuff is. Like, you know, like all types of stupid stuff.
I heard another one that was funny. It was a different comedian, it wasn't Chris Rock. But he was saying that he was like, women be like, oh, you play video games all day, you over here playing make-believe all day.
I heard that.
And he was like, well, I don't go out in my make-believe. Like, women put makeup on and go out
and play
make-believe all day. He was like, it would be crazy if I was like, yo, it's like, yo, what you doing? He was like, oh, I gotta go. I got a game against the Pistons at 7.
That's OD. I mean, okay, so right now, you have your braids on, right? If next pod, I came here with like braids just as long,
Yeah,
that won't look crazy to you?
it would. Because
Why?
it's you.
Cause I'm a man?
No, because it's you.
Wait, why can't I have long hair?
That is not your. If
I mean, I'm growing my hair.
I understand
Long hair,
that.
don't care.
Right, but from the KJ that I know, and grown accustomed to, that would be. I would question, like, you okay?
What would the you okay mean?
Where did this come from?
I'm
See,
clearly
but
growing my hair.
I understand that, but
So
that's
you see where I want to go.
extreme. Who's that? Because like, what's his name, Jimmy Butler? If he was my friend, I would have been like, ooh, what's.
Yeah,
Okay,
nah,
Jimmy Butler did it.
That was
Great
extreme.
example.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hold up.
My man's had dreads next week.
Why not?
But why? Also, you can. There's nothing
Because women
wrong
can do it
with
too. Girls is players too. Remember we was talking about Coily Ray before we started?
Yeah, we were.
I'm just saying.
Okay, but I mean, you asked. I would
He
question.
was identifying as a person with longer hair.
He wasn't. He believed he was. Like, I mean, that is what it is. You get the get the locks and get the locks, but like see, here's the thing, right? We get our braids and stuff. It's like we not saying here like, oh, I grew. I mean, sometimes I say to white folks, like, I grew this last night because they be asking some dumb questions, right? Like, oh my gosh, is that your real hair? You saw my hair in a bob yesterday. Like, I don't understand why you're asking me that.
Cause it's magic. How'd you do it? Like, yo,
Black girl
see, that's not
magic.
fair.
Okay. It is very fair.
Like Amazon is like promoting all cultures to all people,
It's very
and they see
important.
like
How
things
are they
that say
that
like
dumb?
they say things like black girl magic, and they're like, so what is this magic about? What is this magic about? Is it in your hair?
Here you go.
Can I touch it? Because I mean, how do you grow so fast?
Said, can I touch it?
That's
Like
why
it's
I didn't
a
wanna
miracle.
touch it.
Like
You're right.
I never
You're
knew
right.
hair could grow that
You're
fast.
But we don't. I don't believe. I mean, there are some women who pretend like, oh yeah, this is my hair, but like, I'm not going around like I feel like Jimmy Butler is kind of just like, yes, I've locked my hair and this is where it is now. Like he just kind of, I don't know.
He's doing his thing, man.
I mean, but again, no judgment, but it's.
Oh, there's judgment.
Why? Okay.
There's judgment.
How come?
Yo,
Why you
date,
want to go through the
uh-uh.
process, bro?
Judge a book by its cover. Date number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Homie got the nice little taper fro.
Mm-hmm.
Date number 2. Locks as long as your hair braids.
I'm gonna ask why.
I'm gonna ask if you okay. That's what.
Thank you. That's what I said. Like,
Yo, you
what
straight,
happened?
Wait, what do you mean are you
What
straight?
happened?
Like, I mean, nah.
Oh.
Oh my god. Nah. So like, but like for real. Like if I was I'm married, but if I was dating a girl, and she
can do that.
She had a buzz cut, right?
She can do that. This is my point.
That's
Now I hear you.
different.
And if
It's
she came
different.
back,
Why? Why is
I
it
mean,
different? Because she's
now-
a girl.
Now that she mentioned it,
Probably a
you're
black
right,
woman.
because
Like,
she
now
would
you
come
just
back with a
girl.
wig, and then I
And
would
you're
just be,
rolling.
I just have to accept
Like,
that
look at-
she's rocking a
Look
ring
at Bay
today.
giving me different looks. Showing me different sides of her. Like, it's a cool thing.
Nah,
It's
okay.
fire when your lady does it.
Right, because if,
You know what I'm saying? Yo.
if a dude showed up
My
day
girl
one
is
without a beard and then day 2 had a full
like the Rick
oh
Ross.
my gosh.
The whole
James
joint.
Harden.
I'm like, nah, bruh.
But I mean,
But I know that it's fake.
but it was nicely applied. Like, he doesn't have glue. Like, you don't see glue. Like, I'm not talking about when you see the girl's tracks and you're like, come on, baby. Like, I know it's not like really of me being manly to really say something to you.
Yeah.
But like, this wig ain't wigging.
I mean,
The
honestly,
way it's your wig.
but for men, like we usually get it the opposite. So we don't usually get it as she didn't have hair and then she has hair. We usually get it as she had hair
And then That's
all of a
true.
sudden she doesn't.
That's
Like,
true.
cause that's what like I'm gonna get you sucker. When he, like he didn't know what he was getting into.
Right.
She just started taking stuff off. He's like, yo, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was on Will Smith in the basement. I'm getting on my nerves. Like, but I mean, like,
That's on nails and all that.
right. I mean, I don't know. Like I think, but all I'm saying is like, it's not frowned upon
True.
from men to women.
Correct.
You
It
know
was
what I mean?
no, it's definitely a double standard.
like
100%.
my girl goes definitely has like a, and it's funny, but like she had like when her hair was very very short,
Yep.
she had a wig that she would do. And she was like, yo, when I do this wig, like this is my name, and she joke around and be like the alter personality. And I'm like, it's funny.
Right.
Like you're doing your alter ego. Like I couldn't do that.
Right.
Like
Nah.
like I could have been like, yo, you know what? I'm trying to get braids, and guess what? Caught one of them Tyler Perry wigs, and yo, and I'm Tyrone today. She would have been like, she would have been like, yo, we got mad history, and I love you, but I don't like anything you're doing right now.
Right.
That's for the birds.
Get cut off for that.
But why?
No, if we're speaking specifically about the Tyler Perry wig, no. If it's a quality wig, maybe not. Yo,
There's no
just
quality
so many-
wig that a man can wear.
Like, how would I know? I don't know. See, there's so many.
You just said if he came with the beard the next day.
That's different, right?
Why? It's
but
a
like,
wig.
no.
It's fake hair.
No, I agree. But then there's like, I mean, you've seen all these voodoo posts. I mean, where like they're gluing these fades onto men's heads. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Would you feel betrayed
I would.
if you were judging a book by its cover?
I would feel away.
You were judging a book by its cover, and homie was at like he was in the produce section of like a Whole Foods, like nice looking fellow, look fresh off a gym session, arms is arming,
Okay.
height's appropriate because we know you don't look low. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't see these little niggas. Couldn't even see you down
Not
there,
even
little
looking
fella.
down, right.
So you're looking up, you see a bicep, okay, you see a
Oh
fade,
my gosh.
and then you go to dinner, and like, matter of fact, how would you know? How could you know? What if his barber was really fire and you never see as long as he wasn't one of the guys that showed the process?
Okay. Then I feel like that's cool. Like if you're going from so if you go from your fake fade to a baldy, I'm cool.
You
Like
can't.
I don't ever want to see.
You don't want to see the
Sherman
George Jefferson.
How?
That's
The
hate.
Sherman Hemsley.
Nah,
That's
I don't
him
want
himself.
to see it. I don't want to see it. 'Cause I'm-
He'd still be just as smart, just as funny. His arms would still be arming.
Everything would be the same except for his hairline.
He'd just have his sunroof a little bit open, like on the vent
You gotta pick
side.
a side.
No, you don't.
You do.
You don't pick a side. You change your hair. This is my point.
I see you.
It's not the same.
Why? Should he judge a book by its cover? Would he be wrong?
If he feels like
What if he thought
but,
the bob you
but he right
was
so
bad,
that is
but
my
the
thing.
braid you wasn't?
Here's
bad?
the thing, and if you don't
Accept me for who I
if
am.
you don't feel like my aesthetic fits what you like,
What if he just wants to know the real you?
okay.
You want to know the real him? You don't want him pulling up with the Friday fade and the Saturday.
Okay, so
the Saturday
for me personally, I don't. But you have to wait for me
Sunroof
to get through my braid cycle. Let me get my 4 weeks in, and then you'll see me when I take the braids out. Okay.
So what you're telling me?
But what I'm saying is, if
what about the fade cycle?
you're gonna get it, hold on. Fake fades are different than like
No, they're
hair
not.
growing and then
Because
you get
his hair, when people are bald, they're not completely bald.
True.
So the thing is like you said a braid cycle, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get your braids. They're gonna last however they're gonna last, and you're gonna take them
I'll
off.
take them out.
What you're saying is on the day that he takes his fade out, even though there's hair that grew here.
But listen to how that sounds when he takes his fade
but
out.
he can't have a clean baldy that day.
You can.
So he can't see.
I promise you
No,
that
he-
you can.
No.
Shave your head.
When? He has to take the addition
How
off
hard is
first.
it to-
I don't know. I don't own that. I grow mine.
Right. God gave me this one.
Like, this is homegrown. Like, what's happening under here came from them.
I think they was talking about at one point they was talking about Jamie Foxx had a
He
spray on.
absolutely did.
Yeah, spray on here.
Steve Harvey.
Yep.
Steve Harvey had one.
He tried that for a while. I'm glad he embraced
He let
the
it go.
bald.
Yeah, the spray on hairline. Matter of fact, they got a couple movies with people on it, and then
Yeah.
what they say is in the bloopers is they start sweating, they rub their head.
That's it.
It's a
See all
wrap.
that black makeup running down your cheek.
So,
From a distance,
Oh.
he was looking good, but once he said, y'all was in the club, he started dancing. He rubbed his sweat one time.
I mean, it would be nice for
Like-
people to embrace their
Uh-oh.
so let's just say it. Like it would be nice.
It'd be nice
So
if we
if
all
you
were
can-
afforded the same thing and men could change their look to give their lady different options the same way a lady could change her looks.
What look you going for?
Maybe the fade today.
And then what tomorrow?
The locks.
He said, I got
You
Jada
know-
Styles feet and she
As you're saying that, I'm picturing what's that guy's name? Pastor.
You know
Todd?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yo, his hair drives me. I hate
Why?
it. It looks.
What's wrong with his
it's
hair?
ugly.
I
What's
don't know
wrong
what's
with
going on
hair?
with Mike Todd's hair. That's why you gotta tell me.
What's wrong with his
He got a
hair?
weave. I don't
He
know.
does have a
Does he?
weave?
It's not a weave. I mean, like it's braid.
I thought he had a box cut.
I thought, yeah, he had a box for a long while, but I thought he had the braids on the top now.
But it's not his hair.
How you know that?
How do you not know? He be
I
having
don't
good. Yo,
follow him
anyway,
to the extent.
I feel like everybody just if you want to just go look at his most recent picture.
Sure.
Just he has a lot of different
We're gonna go
looks.
to I am Mike Todd right now. We're gonna see what's cracking.
I'm just not feeling the most recent. Like go back.
I
to,
haven't seen it in
I don't like the little braids that be hanging off his head. That's
Oh,
just
man.
He got the 2 braids, right? It's the 2.
Nah,
He doesn't have the 2
nah,
anymore?
he's added some more.
Oh. I thought he just had the 2.
Nah, it's more than
Right here?
No, that's not. That ain't recent.
What's that?
Hey,
That says July 1st.
That's okay. There are more. But anyway, but I wish that more people would just embrace who they are. Yeah. Embrace your natural.
Men.
Everybody. Like so.
He
like,
could be doing
so
a
that
protective
one-
style.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, okay, so you embrace all your stuff or whatever, like you first.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want, like if you so desire to like add the makeup and do
People
all
like
the other
cars,
stuff.
and they get tints and rims.
Right, but please like the original car first. You know what
I don't think
Like,
Jimmy Butler didn't like his original car just because he
I don't know.
added
I
a little
really do
song.
think he was just trying to switch things up. Like, and I can understand that. I'm
Give
just
your lady
saying,
different looks.
He just
Like if you
really,
wanted to,
like he was super drastic.
like if you wanted to go
I was definitely
blonde,
dressed.
Just like,
if you wanted to go blonde for your fellow,
and then pretended like it wasn't different. I don't know.
because he's still him. He's still him on the inside.
Okay.
So if you judge a book by the cover,
Uh-huh.
then maybe you'd think whatever you perceive of dreadheads
But
that
okay,
day.
cool. But
But
as
the
long
next
as you're not
day, you gotta-
presenting as delusional, that's the thing. Don't present as like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
This
Jimmy
is
Butler.
my natural shape. No.
I think Jimmy Butler was an extreme case. I thought honestly when I first saw it, I thought it was just Photoshop. I thought people.
Yeah,
because
was
it kind of
hilarious.
looked funny.
Because like we had
look.
just the finals had just ended. We just
It's a lot
saw
of hair
it,
in a
bro.
short amount of time.
Right, like we literally just saw. Like, granted, we're not family. We didn't go to your house yesterday, and then all of a sudden you got dreads. But like to us, like finals ended, and then like a week or so later, you had mad long dreads. Like, bro, you don't have
That's
hang time.
fire.
There's no way you
That's
can
fire.
hang time that quick. Bro.
Well, that's what I call equality.
Okay.
I mean,
I
I
don't
guess
know.
you just have to find you a young lady that's progressive
My
enough
dear,
to let you completely be yourself the way she's able to be herself.
True.
The pander.
That's the double standard.
That's not a
right there.
pander.
No.
That's a double standard that everybody's like,
That's the
nigga, shut
double
up.
standard.
Nah,
Nobody's here.
I mean, but like, go ahead and do it. Fine.
Oh,
But
I'm not doing it.
No, I'm just
My
saying.
lady's not with me.
Okay, so that's what
We've
I'm
had
saying.
the conversation.
Make sure that you're partnering with somebody who embraces that with you.
Yeah, my lady.
I'm good.
I'm on this journey, and I'm gonna get there whenever I get there. But she's not with me having, like, yeah, I got the inches.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
not
And that's what
copping
I'm
the
saying.
bundles for me.
There's somebody for everybody.
You know,
Right?
bundles?
Yeah, you better not.
Oh, I'm cool.
Okay.
And
But
my-
I'm saying,
my hair's
but
growing,
there
it's
is
turning the
someone, and
corner.
I guess that's what your point is. Like there are people who are going to want to do those things, and they should be accepted. That's
That's all.
nice. And
That's all.
they will be by whoever.
Because I mean, back to our topic,
Yeah.
although we veered off.
no, we still
Like
on
that would,
topic.
that would still be the same book.
We still
That would be the same book.
the cover's different.
It's just it would be interesting because like this is basically like the cover being misleading is what we're talking about right now.
Right.
The cover, like, yeah, it's the same book. However, the inside isn't what you expected. It's like what is I think
No, that would be like you know how like a book would have like the a cover on the cover.
yeah.
Or like
That's
a
what that would
book
be.
that turns into a movie, so then they put the movie cover on the book because now we got more
Yeah,
Yeah, I get you.
viewers or more people
that's a fact.
buying the book. Like that's when they change the
But
cover
it's
all of a
definitely
sudden.
interesting.
And
It's definitely interesting. It's an
You know what my
interesting take.
random nostalgic thought was?
What?
Yo, remember book covers when you would cover the books in school?
yeah,
With the
I'll
paper
remember
bag?
Right.
that. Like,
How could you
yeah.
judge that book by a cover? Are you a brokey?
That cover was
Because
basically.
you didn't buy the book cover, and you actually had the paper bag instead of the
Nah,
like,
but
full-
you know what?
I had,
That's
I
not
had the paper bag,
the
and
paper bag
then I
was
graduated
better
to the
than
sleeve.
See?
I graduated to the
See?
sleeve.
But I always felt like the paper bag, like, so you could always buy the book covers, whatever. I
Right.
felt like the paper bag was always better because you could just do what you wanted with it,
Customized.
right?
You could.
Right, and it was more durable.
Like imagine I didn't have the creativity to like artistically like fire that up. So
I
it's
did it.
just like I'm just broke. I'm just broke with
Listen.
with the bag that was in the house.
My history
That's cool,
book
dude.
just said history, bro, and I didn't. And I didn't write it.
Like, you didn't want nobody to know what you you had.
Listen.
It's just a brown book.
See, that's the thing. If a girl liked you in school and you just wrote history, they'd give you like, they'd be like, oh, he's just a minimalist. Like they give
You get the benefit of the doubt.
Everything changes when you like the person.
It's true.
That's true, because if you like Buddy with the fade, you just like him.
Right.
And you'd be like, oh, he's just, he's trying to look out for me. But if you didn't like him, that'd be a deal breaker.
No, let me shut up. No,
Oh, don't shut up.
No.
This is
I was
an
about to
audio
say,
podcast.
Because if I like him, that's nice. I'm still gonna question why he got locks after he had a fade yesterday. I'm just saying.
I think.
What if he's like what if his goal is to be the living barber chart?
All 32 pictures.
All of them. There's 31 days in a month and there's 30 pictures on there. All over this.
I'm good.
You're good on the topic, like you don't want to talk anymore?
I'm
or you're good on him?
that. On that. Like, I'm good.
Yo.
32 flavors. Yeah.
See,
we're
like any other time,
For
women like
me.
variety.
True.
Like
For me.
like when you walk into the nail salon, you look at all the colors. You pick. You're like, you know what? This time I'm gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have to be so limited? You said if your man got a manicure, he couldn't even get colors.
Okay. Me. My man.
Ooh, very possessive.
Yeah.
Her man can if she's good with her man getting colors.
Can he dictate
That's-
what colors you get?
I'm asking.
Oh,
Solid rebuttal. Solid rebuttal.
that's a great rebuttal.
I'm
She killed me.
asking. Yeah.
Like, what color you like?
What color you like?
And if he said, "Yo, I don't want you to get no colors,"
You want me to get a French? Okay. I could do that.
can he get a French?
You're not getting a no.
I didn't say tips.
You're not getting no French. No.
He's not getting the acrylic. He's gonna go with his natural.
What I would do.
Listen,
Like,
this color
nah,
matches with
I
my eyes,
can't
though.
do that, yeah. Nah.
Come on, man.
No.
Nothing.
And if he
What if he
feels-
wants to make things interesting?
Okay.
Like, what if he got? Oh, okay. Like, what if he got his toes done?
Got what? But got what? No. I'm all for
No,
male
pedicures is fire.
I'm all for it.
But no, what if he wanted to get color?
No. For what?
Cause y'all can enjoy it at home. Nobody will see
No,
it.
cut that out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because not
I'm just
something
gonna
you do.
expose how
Okay?
crazy women are.
That's not crazy, but that's not crazy. That is
It
absolutely
should
not
have changed the
crazy.
content of his character.
Don't it? No.
Does it? I'm
It do.
asking.
It do.
It do?
It
She
do.
said that's a deal breaker.
Okay, cool.
For me.
So check it out.
Yes.
Ooh, I got it.
In a
Here y'all go.
faith-based
Here we go.
relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
The goal would be not to have premarital sex.
Goal.
I said the goal.
I know.
How do you end up showing each other your feet?
I got sandals on right now.
Niggas don't wear their feet out.
Hold on.
Dudes be having their feet out just
Some
regular?
dudes do.
Willy-nilly?
Not
Some
everybody,
do.
but some dudes do.
Okay, if I was the guy
It's
that
hot.
wore,
It's been hot.
if I was the guy that painted my toes colors, I would.
You
cover
probably
them.
have your toes up.
I'd cover them
Why would you
If-
paint them colors if you're gonna cover them?
because
Does it make you feel
it's something I
good?
personally like.
Just
But
like
guess
if you
what?
wore panties
You
under
wouldn't know.
your-
Whoa.
Same thing.
Let's relax.
Same thing. Same thing.
All I'm saying is,
Same thing.
it would be crazy for you to fall in whole love and find out.
That was actually the next question.
If
I'm not
I
gonna
had
lie.
a nigga was inside.
Y'all
A nigga-
reaching.
But for real, but
That's
that's
a
my next
bi-weekly
question.
red toe appointment.
Reaching.
But for real, like-
Well, okay, hold up.
That would be my next. Like, all right, so like, you ready? You meet this guy. Like, you hit it off. You guys are having a good time. This, that, and other. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Y'all been dating.
She likes the cover of the book.
Right. Cover of the book looks great. Like a month in, y'all go to the beach.
Ooh.
And you find out my man's like his toes like water hits his toes.
Like you
You're
find
like,
out
yo,
his paint chip.
What is that? Right?
You don't find out
Like-
the paint chipped on his toenails.
You already look mad.
Yo,
Like-
finding out the paint chipped on his toenails after 6 months of dating is crazy. like you wouldn't
But
know
what- like,
if you
what would
started
you do?
dating him in Christmas. Like it wasn't even warm yet.
That's why they be saying you gotta go through all the seasons.
This is true. This is very true.
I thought that was metaphoric. See, now I was singing shade.
Yeah.
I Honestly, yo.
Yeah.
We going to the pool to the first date.
Listen.
Yo, but that's what dudes used to say that was the cheat code for makeup.
For
but now
makeup,
you know they made waterproof makeup, so it's game over.
now.
Look at that. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is if you're a lady.
Yeah.
If you misrepresent yourself, we'll help you further misrepresent yourself. But if you're a man,
Nah.
you're gonna get judged.
You're caught, bro. It's going down.
Can you date a man that wears makeup?
Ooh.
Cause like actors do it. That's why
That's
I
what I
want
was
to
saying.
say.
Like if it's a necessity as a part of something that you're
No,
doing.
not like an androgynous level. Not
If
like
you're at home-
like I'm not saying homie's gonna have the
No, I'm
smoky
saying,
eye with
okay,
you.
are you at
That's
home
crazy.
applying it yourself?
Like,
Then
yeah, like a little
no,
foundation.
No,
Like what if he has an acne issue?
Like blemishes type of thing.
let it shine.
His acne?
Only okay, and I say that only because I don't wear makeup. So
I
if
respect
my
that.
man wears makeup, I'm feeling away.
But you wear some makeup.
What?
None. You don't wear any makeup.
I do
See,
wear
there, go ahead.
mascara.
There it is.
My man is not gonna wear mascara.
What if he's a realtor and like, you know what I mean? Like people judge books by their cover and he
No.
doesn't want to pull up all
No.
crater face.
He doesn't want to have the what is that? What's it called in the corner of your eye?
Oh man, see?
Crows.
Crow's feet. Yeah.
Yeah, see, look at you.
You don't, but okay. You
Like, what if he had like a
apply-
terrible scar from something mad manly? Like, he got a gash in his face. Like, he got
In prison.
You can present the
He got a buck 50.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he got
Present
buck
the
50, so
scenario.
it's mad manly.
I'm-
Right, but
I
he
don't-
sells real estate, so like he can't go around looking like that.
He doesn't want to get judged. He's trying to provide a future for you guys, but he has to put on a little foundation.
I mean, all these far-fetched things
She's like,
are great.
she's like, a future for who?
Literally.
I'm not in it.
She
But
said, "I'm
again,
not dating a man
so
with a buck
for
50."
me, again, if someone has a skincare routine that is so
Ooh,
extensive,
is skincare okay?
skincare is different.
I think skincare.
I said, is it
Skincare
okay?
different. It's please preserve yourself. You know.
Okay.
But if you're going all these lengths just to get ready for the day and you're putting on your face as a part of it, I don't want to be in that relationship.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Me personally would not. I don't. Maybe that's not the guy.
That's
for
not
me.
the book for you.
But yeah, that maybe it's just not. And that is okay. There is nothing wrong with that.
That is okay.
Not every
Like, so if
book
he
is
has-
for everybody.
So if he had like a Sephora card.
All right. So AJ had a comment. Y'all missing the fact that
Well, that's the same one I read earlier.
she's basically saying women more
Oh.
willingly date ugly dudes. They don't think care.
Yeah,
Oh no, we know that. Like, was that
that's-
off mic?
that is.
When we talked about humor?
That was off mic. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like,
So I didn't read it in its entirety. Did I read it? Okay. But did you read it?
You want me to read it again?
Go ahead and read
I'll read
it.
it. Alright, so y'all missing the fact that she's basically saying women more willingly date ugly dudes. They don't be caring like that. Which is true, so it's good
it's
solid
it's
transition.
marketing. It's marketing. The world has helped that. Like, I mean, if you look
We
between,
find different things attractive.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's marketed to you. Like, it wasn't okay to have like the weak wife. It was okay to have the dumb wife. Like all these things. Like, look at all the shows that you watch. Like, it was like the guy had the quote unquote dad bod.
Right.
Like he didn't look aesthetically pleasing. So it's like, so being a guy
I see
that's
what you're
also chubby, like it wasn't like a woman couldn't see herself with me because she's been shown that on TV every day.
Correct.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't shown on, the reverse wasn't broadcasted like that. So that's why you got a world
As
full of little
often.
boys that wasn't shown that regularly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got, like, so if you, for every Roseanne, how many versions of there was that where the lady wasn't plus size, but
So
the
what
guy could be.
what I was
Okay,
gonna
that was
say-
funny when we said the guy calling himself plus size. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Like,
But what I was gonna say is that like even with Roseanne as the like the one off, like her husband was also a bigger man.
yeah.
So like it's not, we haven't seen it as often where it's there's a woman that's plus size
And the
there's a
guy's
guy slim, right? Like we don't see that often. Like closest thing I would probably go with, and I love Tisha Campbell, but my wife and kids, she had to put on a little weight.
She was bigger
Oh, 'cause she
than
had the baby.
She had the baby, so she had put on a little bit of weight. Like that was the closest thing. But Damon Wayans also was older. Like
Yep.
he wasn't he wasn't like.
I agree.
So like that's probably the
I think
closest we
that,
have to it.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, but I think like all of that is a part of how the world is conditioned. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you like a bigger lady or a plus size woman,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
And I personally believe that like a lot of dudes do it in private or whatever when you're younger, which
Right.
is super corny, and that's
True.
only because of how it's been promoted.
I'm
That the other thing is not okay. Like
I'ma
the
shout
reverse
out T.
gender wise, you know what I mean?
Stand on your square, bro.
Right. Exactly. Like
Nah,
be who you
bro,
are.
bro. Like,
That's
you
super
like what
corny.
you like, and it's fine. Yeah.
Cause I mean, I hope for all those guys, if you really are attracted to a plus size woman, I hope that she was strong enough mentally and emotionally not to stand for you like trying to love her in private. And like, you know what I mean? And
True.
and join the crowd that was saying whatever negatively in public, cause that's mad whack.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, yeah.
Oh what?
Nah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, this dude's AJ's stupid.
AJ probably said, "Yo, I'm not marrying nobody else." Like, yo, we never said that. Yo,
He didn't say that, but I'll tell you off camera. So back to what we was talking about off air, like the whole perception of humor, like how men, like our perception of humor, like it's not as big of a not red flag, but as
That's
big as a
probably
deal breaker.
That's probably a topic, right?
I
For another day.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
probably is.
it,
I mean, it could be.
it could be, but I mean, we could touch on it, like.
Pause.
I tried to be mature, I promise you. I was like, there's a pause there. I'm gonna chill. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking about it now, like, I mean, basically we're just saying like how a lot of women seek humor, and like, you know what I mean, like humor is like definitely like a plus
Right.
in the dating time, you know, when they're picking a suitor.
Yep.
And not knowing if men necessarily seek those things out.
I don't think it's the same. Like, I think if we were to take what the average male deal breaker is, according to the average woman deal breaker, I think it'll be vastly different.
You think so?
I think majority of the things will be different. Because I think there's certain things that we look for that are gonna be some. I want to be acknowledged. I want to be loved. I want to be heard. Like, those are stuff that both sides are gonna do. At the same time, it's like, all right, like men, we are more. Well, not all men, but a lot of us are more physical.
Is that what? Yeah.
We look at the physical. So like we were talking about earlier, like it's like not to say that's all that she brings to the table, but that's what I'm going to go towards initially. Whereas a woman, this is me speaking from my butt because I'm not a woman, but like I think it's more so of a how do you make me feel as an entryway. So like,
What do you think?
I can agree with that.
She's not dating every nigga still.
I mean, I don't think so either, but
okay.
I think
But
you
again,
can
we've had
slide
this
in there. That's what I'm saying.
we've had this conversation where it's like, you know, where, you know, beauty's an eye of the beholder, whatever. So
Right.
That's true.
yeah. So what my perspective is of attractiveness is not going to be the same for another female. You know what I mean?
That's true. Very true.
Even like the whole pretty thing, like my perspective of what's considered pretty for a dude is not going to be the same for the next female.
That was crazy.
But I'm clinging to, or I am going to in the direction of who I'm attracted to, and I am attracted to humor. So yeah, I'm attracted to humor. I am attracted to certain qualities. I am attracted to height. I am. Okay, shut up.
Okay, let's
The truth shall set you
go.
free.
Must be this high to ride.
Well, I mean, you just have to be my height or above. Like, you know,
I get you.
and because and that is
That's
because
not
I
true.
feel like
That's not true.
that I said what I said.
Stop giving
And I
these short
have
niggas
my-
hope.
I'm not short. That's my point.
What if
Yeah,
he's like
but
an
if they're
inch
your
shorter
height-
than you?
I'm not comfortable.
I got you.
But if they're your height and you wear heels, you're pissed.
True.
Not necessarily,
Because there's no
If you
equivalent
wear
for
heels
men.
all the time, like say, so
but I don't.
I think you should think about your average heel wearing height.
I'm 6 feet when I wear, a good comfortable
How tall are you
heel.
normally?
I'm 5'8".
Okay.
So,
that's
a 4-inch heel.
So that means
is-
niggas gotta be 6 feet.
That's
Cause like, okay, so you're telling me that it'd be okay if he was 5'8" with you,
okay.
and then every time date night hit, you threw on some heels and you
What
felt
I'm saying-
uncomfortable.
I'm
That's not a
saying
win
that's
for you.
my limit. But also that is my limit. But also I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'm not wearing heels like I used to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Gotcha.
that's not as big of a deal as it was in my 20s.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like that was a big deal to me at a point in time.
Heels.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
The height heel.
No, I get it.
That was a big deal, but it's
4
not.
inches is a crazy spread though. Because I'm like, you can probably get like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches in Tim's. Like,
Yo,
that is
But like,
that's
but
all
I
you
yeah.
get.
yo, and some women wear 6-inch heels, bro.
Now, and I can't.
It's a whole-
I
it's a
can't,
whole
but
different
yeah,
human.
that's a different-
You're done.
It's clipped for you.
Yes.
It's clipped, like it's over, man.
I don't
Like,
even know where we're
like
going with
she
that.
liked who you were.
Yo, but not for nothing. And I know this is deviate like on
Nah,
the
you
topic,
good.
but I've been noticing a lot, and I don't know if it's because I've been liking or not. I don't know, but there's been a lot. I've seen a lot of posts regarding
Short men.
lengthening surgery, like a height
Oh,
extending surgery or whatever.
I'm
I don't
not
even
doing
know what
that
it's
to my
called.
knees.
That sounds painful.
It's crazy. Like
The nebio.
I don't even know how that is. I don't think that.
Yo, could you imagine having
I don't
oval
think they're
knees?
good for the knees though.
You
I
have
don't-
oval knees.
I
There
don't
wouldn't
think
be
it's
circles
good for knees.
anymore.
I gotta look. And I don't even want to look into it. But again,
Yo, how would you bend your legs?
Yo,
I don't think they do the
My-
surgery at the knee though.
My lady is tall and I'm not getting a nebio. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We gotta love each other. We gotta be
Okay.
Yo, my knees hurt just thinking.
Oh man, but that just speaks to the things that people do to be a better cover, to be a cover that the masses want, and I don't really.
That's a
believe
great word. I'm sorry. to cut
Yeah,
you
go
off.
ahead.
But you said a cover that the masses want because you're seeking to be appealing,
Right.
True.
and that's crazy because if you think about it, you're not different. You're not different at all. You're you.
Mm-hmm.
You're just making yourself. You're putting yourself in a space. Like, you know what I mean? Where like you could be like, oh, all right. Because like if it was the '70s, you'd just be able to wear platform shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
acceptable clothing.
We're fishing them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you sucker ass. Yes, for sure. Oh yeah, we did talk about that movie twice. I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah.
It's great. Are we good, guys?
Yeah.
Are we there?
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, like our tangents were hilarious.
They were.
But I think we all had very serious answers, so the tangents provided the comedy to round out the episode,
Absolutely.
for lack of better words. But I mean, you have anything you want to tell? Please give us the website.
You know it. So get your Christian apparel. Spreadthegoodword.com or spreadtheword.store. Basically, wear the word so you don't gotta say it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And,
Or say it and then you don't gotta wear it. But I mean, it's a lot easier to wear it. But.
I don't have anything to promote at the moment. I know that we are having a revival at my church starting next Monday, if I'm not mistaken, Monday and Tuesday. The revivalist is a pretty awesome dude. I don't know him personally, but I have been in service while he was giving the word, and it was phenomenal. Real true man of God, and he's been on point with his delivery. So if you want to be revived, come join us at Deliverance Center, 336 Springfield Street in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, service on Friday.
And last but not least, shout out to our guys that didn't make it today, and we reiterate to keep them in prayer. To make sure that everyone has, to make sure AJ has that speedy recovery. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be great.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't worried about it.
Oh, and what's the last thing that we have to make sure? That we allow Jesus to be the lotion.
That
Lathers
your ashy soul.
And
Amen.
here we go. Good job, guys.
Hey.
Good